Hi everyone, this is Mark and I'm on the sales engineering team here at Okta. And this is a tutorial on how workflows can be used for notification of upcoming user lifecycle events. In this instance, we'll be using employee's contract expiry date. This scenario is based on a requirement that certain members within an organization need to be notified of an employee's contract expiry date prior to the date actually occurring. This may be for reasons of offboarding, but more commonly is related to contract renewal. This workflow will compile a list of employees that have a contract expiry date of a set number of days into the future. Once the list has been compiled, it is then sent to a static email list. We're in the workflow console now, and these are the 4 flows you'll see once you've added the template. The main flow, contract expiry notification, that's the parent flow, and that will be calling 3 subflows. Initializes some static variables. Process contractor will take each contractor found and add them to a state table. And then finally, send notification emails will send the list of contractors to each email in the list. Additionally, there's 2 tables. We've got configuration table, which actually has 3 static values. This is the best way to store static values rather than actually configuring them within your flow. If you put them inside a table, we can then easily change them. First one is time zones. You need to set that to your local time zone. Number of days, so that's number of days into the future that we're going to calculate and look for expiry dates that match. And then finally, address list is the comma delimiter list of email addresses that we're going to send the emails to. Additionally, we've also got a contractor list table. This is a state table, and this is actually going to be storing all the contractors that will be found. And then the final list, compiled list at the end will be then emailed. So there's no changes required to this table. This is just a state table. So let's go back and have a look at the main flow and see how that works. We're back in the main flow, the contract expiry notification flow. The first thing that you'll need to do is update the flow schedule. So just click on the little icon there, bring up the schedule. Currently set at US Pacific time, so update your time zone to your respective time zone, and currently set to run 9 a.m. every day, so update that if required. And then just have a look at the flow. The first thing that it does is called initialize subflow. And that flow is just reading some static values from the configuration table, number of days, time zone, and address list. And those values are then returned to the main flow. What we're doing is taking the current time, we're adding on the number of days, and we're going to get the future date that we're going to use in our query back against the Okta users. So here is the next thing that you need to update is the Okta connector. So update this to use your local Okta connector. And this is going to use that future date against a custom attribute on the Okta profile. We'll have a look at that shortly. But this is where it's going to use that calculated future date and query Okta for any users that have a contract expiry date that match that date. And once we've done that, we're going to call another subflow. There's nothing that you need to update in this flow either. It's going to call this subflow and process each individual contractor and add their details to the state table. And then finally, it's going to call another subflow, and this one sends the notification email to that address list. And let's have a look at that flow. We're now in the send notification emails child flow. And this flow will read the state table and read the list of contractors that we've actually stored on the state table, and will continue only if it's found at least one contractor on the state table. Composes an email, HTML email body, and a subject. And then this is where you need to update the Office connector to your own connector, and this can also be replaced by, say, Gmail or any other connector that can send emails. Let's go back and have a look at the configuration within the Okta admin console in regard to the custom attribute, and then we can actually run a test and we can see it working. I'm now in the admin console for my Okta tenant, and I've opened up one of the test users, and we'll have a look at their profile. And if we go to the bottom profile, we'll see here that I've added in a custom attribute, and this is the attribute that the workflow is looking for: contract end date. If you do need to change the attribute name, then you need to update the flow accordingly. The format for the date is year-month-day. And again, if you do need to change the date format, then you need to update your flow to account for that. And so I've set this user plus a number of other users with this expiry date, which is actually exactly 30 days into the future. So now I can go and test this flow, and I should get a number of results. So let me go and test that now. I'm back in the May flow again, and this time I'm going to run a test. So just going to hit the test button there. And it's running through the flow now. We can see here that it's being executed. It's found a list of matching users, and then it's going to add each user to the contractor state table. And now it's going to call the subflow to send the resulting email. So let's go and look at the resulting email, and you can see here it's already in my inbox. You can see here that this is the list of users that the flow found, and this is the format as compiled by the send notification email flow. So that's it. So I hope you find this flow useful, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.